Okay, so I wanted to do a video on my FDK Multi-2700. It's a 2-meter multi-mode transceiver designed specifically for satellites back in the late 1970s. I believe this radio was produced in 1976, and it's got some issues. I cannot turn it on right now because I already have done some work to it, but I've decided to do a video to document what's going on. So I just put the covers on so I can put it on the little turntable here, spin it around. It's in okay condition. I've seen worse. I've seen better. But it's got some added features for some reason. Inside this toggle switch changes a set of coax cables, small, like a Teflon cable. The end connector, I don't think goes to anything. The disconnector here was original for 10 meter or 29 megahertz, 12 volt DC power plug, 2-meter antenna connection. These were for your accessory jacks for certain things. I don't know offhand what they did. I'm not that familiar with the radio. Serial number, if anyone is interested, and if I can get this thing to focus, would be 92242. Again, inside it says October of 1976. This was okayed, I guess, for quality control. Carrying handle, it's got the feet. Printed out a part of the manual. Under this cover here, some adjustments. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what they are. I'm not sure if this even says. It might. Looks like a lot of Vox stuff, anti-Vox. Rid of the glare. I'm not sure. Alright, EGC. It looks like some delays and whatnot. I'm not sure. But what's happening is these potentiometers are falling apart by the metal tabs. I'm trying to show you here. The metal tabs that would hold this little disc on the center of the carbon wafer. There's supposed to be two little fingers there that hold it in place, like this. Well, this one's only got the one, and that's exactly what's happening. The one finger that holds it over broke off, and I'm finding these all in the radio, and they're just randomly breaking. So when I got it, it didn't work on sidebands, but it was okay on FM. Well, the sidebands, I guess, was the audio gain. Is it coming off now? I guess it was either the audio gain or I forget which one it was. Had popped right off. It came right apart. I can't pull one of these apart right here, but that's what's happening. Those little clips that bend over are just from 40 years worth of stress, I guess. They're just finally giving it up and coming apart. But I did have this powered up originally, and everything works fine. As far as the controls go, everything works nice and smooth. Like I said, it was modified at some point. I don't know what for. Well, let me take the cover off the bottom, which is what I was working on, and I'll show you what I've changed, what I've still got to do, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's the underside of the Multi-2700, and as you can see, this board here I've replaced all but two of the original rheostats. I call them rheostats because some of them had only two legs on them, and the research that I've done on the web show that they were actually called rheostats back in the day. And you can't get that style anymore. Probably a good thing, because they're not very reliable, as far as I'm concerned at this point now. So I'm going with these. Multi-turn potentiometers, and I've got the service manual here somewhere. I'll be able to give the radio a full tune-up once I'm done. I've got a couple more to go on this board here, and this board here I believe is all set. And that might be it for the bottom section. But every single one of them's got to get replaced. I could replace the 5 or 6 that I found laying in the bottom of the cabinet, but another one's just gonna go in probably another month or so. So just do them all. I bought a variety pack from China, of course, but they seem to be pretty good, pretty reliable. I checked them out with a fluke meter, and they seem accurate enough. And what I'm doing is, on these, take the 10K for instance, I take the center wiper and I attach it to one of the outer legs so I can get the variable resistance, and the opening, the lead distance is pretty close to what's on the board here, so they mostly fit in. You know, I know this one here looks a little crooked up in the corner here. I'm doing the best I can. Over here, 29 megahertz module. I believe this is the preamplifier. I think it's for 2 meters, but I'm not totally sure. But I'll look at that once I get the radio up and running and aligned and stuff. But I guess you can see the coax going to the switch here, doing something. I don't know. It's going to be a fun project. It's a long road ahead, especially figuring out how to align everything. So, with that, I will cut the video off right now, and the next part 2 will be possibly me changing some of these potentiometers, rheostats, little blue things. I'll post the little blue men. I'll show those being replaced. Probably on the top side. I'll finish up the bottom side here. Put the cover on so I can have the thing sitting on the turntable here. It'd be a little more easier to work on. Thanks. Till part 2. Take care.